Pope and Obama talk about certain things in the world that are huge and very relevant. Most importantly, the environment, people's rights, freedom, the refugees, all those different things they're talking about. And I think they have a very similar agenda when it comes to certain things, especially since we read that show yesterday about Obama visiting jails and human rights and all that kind of stuff. And it's just kind of a breath of fresh air rather than...
People really don't know that there's a go-to radio station in Stockton that's just all local. And I actually heard that from 1 to 2 a couple days a week. There's a show just on women and what they're doing in the community to make Stockton a better place.
One of the things that's sorely missing from our community and most communities across the country is local information. The radio station is that. It's the voice of Stockton. It's the way to get our voice heard, but it's also a way to counteract all that false narrative, because it isn't just bad news coming out of here. They're literally, we could talk all day long about only good news, and we could even ignore bad news. So if we have a objective approach, but a subjective as far as from our perspective, I think it's going to be better for the community as a whole. As people in our community grow up and young people grow up through our community and they're used to hearing local stuff and local news and local information on KWDC, then they'll think that that's normal. And when they go elsewhere, they'll see that when it's vacant, and they'll do something about it. And it will help that community as well. So it's kind of like this huge big picture thing, but it's also hyper local.
Professor William Story, I can tell you this, my favorite instructor that I've ever met in my life. We know we can depend on him. He's here before we get here, and he leaves after we leave. We have been able to do the impossible already with what we're doing here at KWDC.
The reason why it's important, it's multiple reasons. It's not just one reason. Not just because I wanted to bring it back simply because it had been there once. It should come back and be a place where students could learn. It's also very important that the community have an outlet. Since deregulation back in 1996, the radio stations of this area, some of them once upon a time being very involved in the community, now have kind of dried up. And so yeah, our radio station, that's the goal, is to be involved, to be a place where students can learn, acquire their trade as far as being in radio. And then someday, hopefully, they go out and do it professionally. And then someday, hopefully, one or a couple of them come back, take over the operation, and build it into whatever the latest and the greatest is when it comes to electronic media.
My name is Joaquin Collins. I'm from Stockton, and I host the Thinking Tank and co-host Above Gravity here at KWDC.
I am the Repo Man.
I'm Ryan Cooper.
And together we are
the Ryan and Repo Man Show.
KWDC. So we're community-based, which I think is pretty awesome. I'm learning a lot more about Stockton, and I'm also sharpening up on a lot of skills because a lot of the media, especially outside of Stockton, are going to focus on crime.
We can definitely contribute with positive affirmations, and we just are more focused on delivering helpful information and constructive information. And in addition, we provide things that will sustain growth in the youth who are listening. And I believe no other station other than a few on the radio really do that.
Focusing on local businesses and things that are happening in Stockton. The radio station is important for the community, that they actually have somewhere where they can call and they can ask questions, or they can even talk about themselves.
I do think the community is lacking because it's for this station, it's more what the community wants to hear. For that, they have to tell us, oh, we want to hear more of this stuff, so we want to hear people talking about stuff that's going on in Stockton itself. And you know, every time you see in the news, you hear, oh, another shooting crime, but you never hear anything that's positive.
What are the A's of Delta's view? This is Deborah Hammer.
And we're the KWDC Gamers.
The Get Down is our own personal spin of pop culture.
We are hosts of the Stockton Art Showcase right here on 93.5 KWDC.
How you doing? My name is Joshua Aguilar. I'm host of La Cultura on KWDC 93.5.
But there's a lot of great things happening. There's a lot of good people that come out of Stockton and do great things and come back. So really, that's what I love about the program here.
You never hear about the like what events are coming up that's local, like at the Blackwater, the Teen Center type of thing. So, and just pretty much their feedback or just anything, like if they want to hear more about something else, they could contact us and then let us know what we can do to help them out.
My name is Nancy Lamb, and I am the co-founder of Stockton 209 Cares. We need hygiene products. We need canned food, men's clothing, bottled water. Just getting the word out. You know, letting people know about the need out here. I look for volunteers. We actually come out and clean the streets. Let people know that they can contact us if they want to volunteer.
But what really it was missing, and what I think this radio station today can fulfill, is a real sense of community.
And I'm a big fan of underdogs, like Rocky Balboa's fictional character coming out and being the man, the champion. I think of KWDC as the champion soon to be.
I think that more publicity and marketing needs to go into this radio station, because not only is it helping the students at Delta, but it's helping the city of Stockton. It goes hand in hand what Visit Stockton's doing, it goes hand in hand what the Chamber's doing and what I'm trying to do. And so we need to get this word out that there is a legitimate talk show about real issues that are facing Stocktonians. Yeah, I endorsed 93.5.
All right.
Yeah, I got your back.
I think it's a tremendous opportunity for any student or anyone that wants to have the equipment you're allowed to use. Okay, your students here are very, very lucky to have the staff, someone like William Story, who's there night and day.
I do, yes, occasionally feel tired, exhausted, but it's all worth it. I believe in the mission. I believe in the students, and so it's not a burden. I don't complain, usually, unless I'm on camera, then I'll maybe take the moment to share some grief. Back in 2006, when I was hired, I was under the impression the radio station was still there. I thought, what a great reason to leave my nice home in Colorado, come back here, pick up where my mentor, David Steele, had left off. I would just jump right in there, take the radio station over, maybe someday, because it had been his dream way back when to start a TV operation. That's where my contribution could really take off. Instead, there was no radio station. There was nothing. It was gutted. All my memories from when I'd been a student cleaned out. So yeah, it was kind of heartbreaking, and at the same time, boom, there was #1 goal. Someday have to bring a radio station back to Delta College. Favorite parts? That's a great question. Really for me, it's a little bit of everything. There is no I've actually never been a person that has favorites, even though I love movies and books and all that. I actually don't have a favorite anything. I just have a lot of likes and a lot of areas of interest. And so during the day, school-wise, there's multiple things to look forward to. It's not just there's that one thing, oh, passed it, now I'm done for the day. It's a little bit of everything. So it is. It's the anticipation. It's the sharing. It's the successfully seeing somebody getting it. That epiphany moment. So I think that's pretty much true of most teachers, instructors, and so I guess I'm not undifferent in that area. Yeah, there are times when I'll kick back and I'll hear something on the radio and I'll go, wow, that was just great. You know, that makes you know, going through that time, that year of building up and then wanting and desiring and working towards it, when you hear something on the radio that's good, that's better than most professional operations.